right? Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It's your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real. It's Wednesday, so guess what? For those of you that didn't know what it was, no, it's not Self-Stirring Mug Wednesday. It is Deep Dive Wednesday. And we're going to be deep diving. Well, before we deep dive, I'm going to give y'all that last issue of Cage. This one right here with the gold teethus. The Cage run from 2002 was very urban, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Issue 1 got the 4-finger ring, which they finally put on a Marvel Legends, last year? Then we got the chain. Okay. Then we got the tot on the hot. Then we got the prison fatigues. And that was the issue I just gave you last night, along with 3. And we're going to wrap tonight with the gold teethus. All right. So, hello and welcome to everybody that's here. My man Groovy in the building. What's happening? Theo in here early. Wow. Okay. Appreciate it, man. Grand Madam, how you doing? Glad you up in here. And it's some most shy folks that don't want to say who they is. And that's all right. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and get into this book. All right. Now, let me get to my media stuff. And I'm going to try to run this down to you in... I could probably bust this out in 5 minutes or less. But here's what I want y'all to understand. The whole premise of this comic, of this series, we are constantly asking the question because we know this is a different version. This is a reimagining of Luke Cage, as plotted by Brian Azzarello and illustrated by the legendary Richard Corben. But the question we're asking all throughout this series, okay, Luke Cage is big in this series. Luke Cage is strong in this series. But is Luke Cage superhuman? We have seen things from issue 1 to 4 that would say, yeah, he's definitely a freaking tough customer. But is he superhuman? And is he bulletproof? Because he has a reputation for being bulletproof. But is he truly bulletproof? Let's find out what's what with Luke Cage. Last issue we left you, Luke Cage was playing the Ballers, the Shot Callers, and the Mafia against each other and had them all kind of warring at each other. So what happened is the Shot Callers and the Mafia got together and kind of had words, but then the Ballers was upset because they was being left out of the conversation. So they decided to start shooting. They didn't know Tombstone and Hammer's folks was going to shoot back. And so now they are warring with each other, but they're both wiping out the Ballers. So that's where we at when this story starts off. So let's kind of randomly look at that and see what it means. Because I'm going to break it down for you. This is Luke talking. When I was in the joint doing my bit, a doctor made me an offer. He said, be my monkey. Let me experiment on your black ass. I'll either kill you or set you free. I said, hand me the banana. So again, I posit the question for this run by Azzarello and Corben, is Luke Cage superhuman? Keep that in the back of your head. What happened since Luke Cage got beat down last issue by Man Mountain Marco? He's laid up. I don't know how much time has passed, but they wiping out the last of the ballers. That's what's getting ready to happen, because it's the shot callers that's dusting them off. Now, here we go. We got Luke Cage sitting in a apartment with Dixie, his new boo thing. And she's looking out the window and she's telling him, hey, they getting ready to wipe out these ballers, man. They getting the last of them. What happened to Clifto? Oh, Clifto, I heard he got shot by one of his boys. Okay. So Luke Cage got to get up out the bed. Luke Cage is getting up out the bed, y'all. Keep it in mind, getting up out the bed from a severe butt whooping he took not too long ago, and goes out on the street to handle his business. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it takes quite a bit of strength to kind of mess up a concertina wire fence. I'm gonna go ahead and say peak human right now. Peak human right now. Have we seen anything superhuman yet? I don't know. The shot callers is looking at Cage like, sup? And you see Luke Cage got red in his eyes, so you know what's about to go down. Luke proceeds to apply foot to ass and handles these cats in short order. Then he ain't through. He takes one of them, throws him through Hammer Caputo's window, and tells him, you know what I'm saying, that's what the F I think about you, you scungili eating mother. Anyway, while he's doing all of this, Marco is like, I don't want to just beat up Cage. I want to kill him. So he goes to Cage's place, finds Dixie, drags Dixie out into the street. And that's what he tells Cage, get your out here so I can, again. Wow. And Cage pulls up. You know Cage ain't no punk. Cage gonna pull up. So here we are. What y'all want to do? He said he ain't got no fronts. He done been hit in the face a lot. He said he here to finish what he started. Cage too. So needless to say, Cage put hands on him. One hitter quitter. He getting back up swinging, but Cage still putting hands on him. He got a shot in, but Cage letting him know, hey, I am here to whoop your ass. And did just that. And choked him out with his chain, no less. You know what I'm saying? Luke, hey, is he superhuman? I don't know. In this situation, don't look like he have to be. Now, after he done handled Marco, here come Clifto out of nowhere on the roof with dynamite. But, of course, Tombstone and Hammer are there, and they put some bullets in Clifto while he is getting ready to throw a stick of dynamite, and that's what happens. That's what happens. So now whatever was of value in the hood is now getting ready to be victim to the wrecking ball, because ballers bigger than them are getting ready to come in. And now they mad at each other. And now they want to off each other. Die, you son of a bitch. Luke Cage said, I know they ain't talking about me. Couldn't be talking about me, because don't nobody call me son of a bitch. They call me hero for hire. They call me Power Man. Hell, even bulletproof. So, either Hammer and Tombstone are the worst shots in the world, or Luke Cage is bulletproof when he want to be. And that is the ever-loving end, y'all. What did you think about it? That was 6 issues. Now, allow me, if I may, to dig a little deeper, 1 through 5 and 6. But I'm gonna take the comments first because it sounds like y'all busy in here. Busy saying hi to each other. Kamayo in the building. What's up, Kamayo? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Just like he said, hit them likes. Hit them likes. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, go ahead and hit them likes, and we can keep on chit chatting about what we chit chatting about. And what we chit chatting about today is Cage. I don't know how many people purchased Cage back in the day. And when you say, when was back in the day, D? Back in the day was 2002. Okay. This 5-issue Max series came out in 2002. I think a lot of what became that Cage Netflix show, some of it came out of this, because you can tell, by the slick kind of urban kind of style that it had. And when I was watching Cage, that's all I was thinking about was this Max series. It's like, okay, but we ain't got to ask the question, is he superhuman or not? He let you know as soon as dude threw a punch at him, his hand crumpled and broke up. But the short versions of my videos that I did on this and the long versions of my videos I did on this are a little bit different. They're a little bit different. And this, I'm gonna park it right here on Cage, because I got a lot of other Cage stuff I want to throw at y'all, because I feel like right now Cage ain't getting no airtime. And we can Cage, T'Challa, Static, and Icon them to pieces, but if we don't know where we've been, we can't speak on where we're going. So I want to give everybody that fooled around in the past and had a comic. Now let's get serious here. If we talk about, at least Marvel anyway, African American characters, black characters, ain't Luke Cage the first one to have his own book? Unless there's a black Marvel superhero that had his own book between 69 and 80? Yeah. Let's go back a little further. 69 and 72. Nobody in Marvel. I don't think Marvel was studying black folks in the 70s until Luke Cage came along. So anyway, what I didn't tell you about this book is that the lady who comes in and sits on Luke Cage's lap is not the lady who gave him money to inquire into how her daughter got shot. It was this lady right here who was watching this gal shake her boom booms in front of her. So I'm gonna take that down real quick before they go, warning, you're showing pornography. No, I'm not. This is just a grown folk mad, and that's how it go. So she came in, gave up all her money, and Luke Cage basically kind of told her, ain't no basically, he told her she spent most of the money on a funeral. But Luke Cage told her, when I get done with Venus here, that's the gal came plop down. When he get done, see, we didn't hear about all that. See, because I don't want to inundate you with unnecessary stuff. Plus, Venus, we didn't see no actual clapping, so it's just implied that he was going to clap the cheeks. But later on, like I said, he gets out in the street, gets on the basketball court, and that's where this cat named Egg is at. And Egg is in Clifto's crew. And Cage pulls up. That's when he pull up. Ain't nobody listening to him. And he take the ball. And he like, you want the ball back? And dude's like, give me the ball back. Pow! And he ends up, you know what I'm saying, squishing the ball. So after he squishes the ball, they like, man, we going to have to rough you up. And they attempt to rough Cage up. But as you full well know, ain't no street thugs roughing Cage up. And Cage goes to the bar where he meets Dixie, give her $100 bill, chills with her for a little bit. She gives him the 411 on the place across the street, Vesuvio's, which is the joint that's so great here in the hood. But there's money going in and out of there. And when he's done, a dirty cop pulls up behind him. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting at the bar, minding his own business, drinking his beer, and this dirty cop pulls up on him, talking about, hey, what you doing in the hood? I heard about what you did to Clifto's boys. So, you know what I'm saying? I need to let you know we don't want no trouble around here. And he told him ain't gonna be no trouble. And Luke bought him a beer, bought himself a beer. He didn't and bought I called the police officer. I call him Carl Winslow because that's what he remind me of. He look like a Carl Winslow type. You know, he all extra large. His suit's tight on him and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, but the cop, like Luke Cage, is playing both sides. You know, he working for Tombstone and Hammer. So, I mean, but you can when you're a cop. But, you know, you're a dirty cop. So that ain't going to last long for you. Luke Cage is taking mental note of that. Then he goes into the bar, runs right up into the bar and say, I want a reservation with the Hammer. And they actually give him a reservation. Reminiscing, doing a lot of reminiscing. This child that got shot, her mama gave Luke Cage a picture. You know what I'm saying? And Luke Cage got a picture of his girl, Reva. Still. You know what I'm saying? And he was in a car. There was a drive-by. This girl got hit. Bullet ain't got nobody's name on it. So he looking for Clifto. And he asking Clifto about somebody getting shot. And Clifto is like, what's going on? Who you dealing with? Oh, Tombstone. And he upped. It's a lot of grown urban talk going on. But the bottom line, this is where Luke Cage starts to manipulate the criminals and get them not trusting each other and then playing them against each other. And hey, you see such and such, look at how he doing you. He don't got no respect for you. Oh, we thought you was a big baller around here. He pulls up to have a conversation with the Hammer, and they hand him an envelope of money. You know what I mean? And they're like, okay, I want you to work for me. Give him a cigar, all that. You know, look up in this mug, you know what I'm saying? Big bulling. Look. You know what I'm saying? Got it. He in there doing his thing with the cigar, chilling. You know what I mean? But then the cat that he's looking for, who might have been involved doing the shooting, he got capped. Richard Corben style. And Clifto, the one did it. So game on from there. And that's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And then 3 takes us, you know, a little deeper into the manipulation. It also takes us deeper into some other things too. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But question: why is Tombstone so ugly? He got bad skin. He got a big water head, a goat mouth. Why? And don't say because he an albino, because I know some beautiful albinos. So yeah, at least when they put all their makeup on. Wink. Anyways, Like I told y'all last night when I did the video, long story short, Tombstone, he runs this thing on Luke Cage about, I'm scared of you, and anything I'm scared of, I'm trying to control so I don't be scared of it no more. So I want to give you some money to come work for me. And Luke Cage told him, I'll let you know. And Tombstone like, I'm afraid you just did. You know what I'm saying? So he goes back to the bar, told Dixie, hook me up with another beer. She said, I'm closing. He said, is there a motel around here? She said, no. She said, you want to stay upstairs? He said, what's up there? She said, my apartment. He said, you offering me your couch? She said, nope. Ooh. What Bill Bellamy say? That sounds like a booty call. That sounds like a booty call to me. Yeah, it was a booty call. And he said, that's rather forward. And she said, who's got time to be anything else? So next morning, they chilling. Okay, everybody butt booty naked. So obviously they wasn't up there dancing, or maybe they were up there dancing. They was doing the horizontal polka. But she told him her name Dixie, and he said, how a Chinese girl get called that? She said, I'm Korean. I'm shocked that she didn't get more upset about that, because when you call Korean people Chinese, or you call Chinese people Korean, they get livid. But I guess when you splack a belly and you can lay your game down rather flatly, or should I say strongly, then you can get a pass on calling people out of their ethnicity. Anyway, they looking out the window, eating bibimbap. If you've never had bibimbap, you should get somebody Korean to fix you some bibimbap, because it's their dish and they do it the best. It's delicious. It's like pho and stir fry and breakfast all rolled into one. I'm telling you, you're missing out if you don't get you none. But Luke Cage is back out on the streets, and he letting Clifto know it's some big ballers out here. And Clifto like, who the big ballers? Ain't nobody a bigger baller than me. So he's like, nope. It's bigger ballers than you. See, there go Tombstone going into Vesuvio's. That's Hammer spot. And didn't nobody invite you? Look at his response. Say don't hate the game. Hate the players, Clifto. Hate the players. The shot callers. And there's three groups. The ballers, them the street cats, them the cats that scramble on the street. Then you got the shot callers, the ones that call the shots about who do what, scrambling on the street. And then, of course, you got the mafia who call the shots, period. So you got them three at odds with each other. Meanwhile, Luke Cage sitting up in Dixie's apartment, reminiscing about what happened to his girl Reva back when he was a baller and a shot caller, and she gets killed in a drive-by. Next thing we know, we hear guns over at Vesuvio's. He said, it's funny. Luke Cage asked Dixie, are you planning on going out tonight? She said, are you? He said, uh-huh. She said, then I'm staying in. Because she knows some shit's about to jump off. So he takes off his sunglasses, goes across the street, Hammer over there hollering and screaming. But Luke Cage already know who did it. And Luke Cage goes and finds the guy. He opened the door and sent this cat flying. If he ain't super strong, if he ain't superhuman, he sure is strong. Strong enough. Kick somebody in the face with some tennis shoes on. How you kick somebody in the face with tennis shoes on and make them bleed like that? He ain't superhuman. He's strong enough to beat folks up. And that was kind of a offering between him and Hammer. And Hammer like, bet. Shot him right in the dome piece. So now he working with Tombstone, because Tombstone doubled the double offer that he doubled previously. So if you double my double, I'm gonna come work for you, even if I'm playing you. I'm gonna come work for you if you double my double. So, and that's precisely what he did. He doubled Luke Cage's double. So double for your trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna play these suckers against each other if we doubling up. I said double a whole lot, didn't I? Anyways, again, issue 4 is more reminiscent about Reva. We get a big old splash page of her drive-by, and Cage is in the bar sitting with Dixie. I had a boss named Dixie. But anyway, Dirty Carl Winslow comes into the bar and asks for a drink. And Luke Cage like, you buying the rounds this time, bro. I'm not buying no rounds for you. Why should I buy rounds for you? Y'all folks that's on Instagram watching and listening, I am not ignoring you. I'm focused on some focus. Kamoyo say Luke enjoying all the coffee. Kamoyo, you think they should spin the block on the Max version of Cage as a character? I do too, because where Cage is right now, I kind of don't like it. He's the mayor of New York, which you think would be cool. Cooler than what it is anyway. But, you know, Devil's Reign is all we got out of that. That's it. We ain't going to hear nothing. And Timeless. Now, while I like Timeless, y'all done turned Luke Cage, at least that Luke Cage with the Hulk, Sentry, and Iron Fist power, y'all done turned him into a Celestial. So, is that Celestial going to manifest itself on Earth and be Luke Cage, or is he just a Celestial forever? Anyway, let's get back to Cage, this Max series. He basically even gets the cop in on the plan because he's saying he's letting the cop know, hey, I'm playing these cats against each other, and if you play them with me, we can both make some cake. Cake. That was 2000 talk. That was written in there too. Say, I feel the same way. I was you, but you ain't. But you and me together, we can end this biz quick, make cake and retire. And he said, how so? And after he got him on the hook, he goes back out, talk to Clifto's boy. Oh, Clifto, he went to his grandma because he looking for Clifto. He think he looking for Clifto to do something to him. He just letting Clifto know, hey, Tombstone and Hammer ain't going to war with each other. And if they do go to war with each other, guess who's going to be caught in the middle? So y'all better watch y'all back, front, and side. Well, actually, he told them to watch their back and their front, but they got to watch their sides too. After that, muscles in on Tombstone when he don't want to be bothered. Tells him to go to his window, look out the window, see what he doing. Sees Dirty Carl Winslow out there with the Italians, but that's not the word that they use in here. Tombstone want him to deal with it, but he like, nah, I ain't getting involved with that. After that, goes the Hammer. Got him on the hook. So he got everybody up, hopping, upset, very vigilant, and looking at each other. That's a good strategy. But here comes Clifto. Check this is y'all funky A marinara mother. Clifto upset that he ain't being brought to the table and you know what I mean? Hook a brother up. Let me in. I want to eat too. But they wasn't letting Clifto eat. So Clifto said, hey, I run the block around here. Now, I want to read this dialogue real quick because it's hilarious to me. He said, Hammer says, You speak MF in English? He said, hell yeah. Know me some math too. He said, sure you do, genius. How many C notes is one large? He said 10 Benjamins. Now let me ask you, what's 14 Gazenta? Gazenta what? And pulled out his Desert Eagle and said, yo, effing chest. That's when Dirty Carl Winslow pulls up. Freeze! There's another gun. Then Scar. Tombstone and his boys pull up. Hey, diddle, diddle, Piggy in the middle. That's his opportunity to bust a cap on Carl Winslow and get rid of Cliff Duff. And the whole page ain't got nothing on it. But you think John Witherspoon was in this comic book? Bang, 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 bang. Whole nother page, dog. Bang, 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 bang. They shooting. They shooting out here. Now, while they out there shooting, Luke Cage goes in the bar and sits with Dixie and is like, I'll be glad when all this over. Guess what? Old Tombstone figured it out. Oh, this Negro is playing us against each other. He said, not good, not good. I get what I want. Cage said, nah, you get what you pay for. He said, I do. And then somebody comes up behind him asking, is this the guy? Remember? Marco with his snaggletooth ass. He coming cracking knuckles. And he ain't here for laughs and chuckles. Bard. Speaking of bars, Dixie going for the shotgun to try to shoot him and gets a whole bar kicked at her. Cage ain't like that. He punched him in the neck. You see that? He punched him dead in the neck. And obviously it hurt. Because he was going to punch him again. But here go Tombstone being a sucker ass sucker. Now, Cage got to sit there and take that. Now, I didn't show y'all in the comic. I mean, in the video, the kind of whooping that Cage took. Bruh, here it go right here. Good God Almighty. Kicked him in his mouth and everything, bruh. I'm shocked Cage's teeth didn't fall out his mouth. I'm surprised Cage wasn't snaggletooth after all this, man. Right there. I'm like, damn, right in the mouth, bro. Yeah, he kicked the shit out of Cage, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? Tombstone let him know, okay, that's your first lesson in respect. You know what I'm saying? And then Hammer comes and says, hey, I knew you from somewhere. I recognize you. You used to be one of the little small time punks that used to push a couple keys a week for me. You got caught up in a drive-by, you know what I'm saying? And some B got shot. And he like, Reva, like, yeah, that was your lady's name. Once a punk, always a punk. And they left my man laying there bleeding on the ground. You know Luke Cage was going to get his revenge. Y'all just, I just broke down 5 to you. I just broke it down to you. But I can break it down. It can be broke down even more. Basically, the book explains the premise and of what I've been saying is the ongoing theme of this entire series. And that is, in this particular run, is Cage superhuman. He does a couple things that are definitely peak human, but right there at the end, you got 2 guns and you're in the middle of 2 guns. They shoot. Now, and one of them guns, if I'm not mistaken, is like a Tech 9. Have we ever seen a Tech 9 spit out some rounds? And then my man got at least a 45. Hammer does. So and now he look like he got some kind of World War II pistol. But I mean, look at the two guns. If you standing in the middle of those two guns, your ass is getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Or that have to be the absolute worst shot in the history of shooting. So Luke Cage is standing in between these two when they fire off. Is Luke Cage bulletproof? I mean, those panels say yeah, but the ass whooping he took from Marco says no. But I could also say this. In this version of Cage, is Marco superhuman? You know, maybe Marco was superhuman and beating up Cage, it take a superhuman to beat up a superhuman. And now that totally tracks if that's what, you know what I'm saying, what Tombstone figured out and decided he wanted to do. You know? Also too, I pulled out my old Cages, which is the one from the Netflix series. He's really dark. Almost kind of look like a big Don Cheadle. Don't look like Mike Coulter. But anyway, and then, of course, there's this one, which for the longest time, was my go-to Cage. He used to have some Van braces that he wore, but I took those and I transferred those to the new Luke Cage that comes in that Power Man and Iron Fist 2-pack. So now that Luke Cage has a 4-finger ring and Van braces. So yeah. Was there anything about this Cage series that y'all still aren't sure about, or that I haven't thoroughly explained, or a question that you want to ask me? Because like I said, the series was pivotal. A lot of what was in that series ended up being put on screen on Netflix in the Luke Cage series. It's still, I think it's still available for a pretty decent price, because I don't think a lot of people, I don't know if they have a TPB for it. They should. If there isn't, there should be a trade paperback for this Cage story, because this Cage story was, to me, was absolute fire. It came at a time when we needed, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, because Cage wasn't getting no love. I mean, we had early 2000s? Yeah, Cage wasn't getting no love. I don't think there was. Was there a Cage series out in the 2000s? Kamoyo, Theo, anybody? I remember Heroes for Hire, you know what I'm saying? But Cage barely showed up in that. and he the one coined the damn phrase Heroes for Hire. So, or his book was the first book to use the moniker Heroes for Hire. Kamoyo said, man, we need this series back. This Luke. I know, because Luke Cage has become a surprisingly dull character. How are you going to take a hard-edged, well, I mean, I guess it's evolution. I guess it's growth. But you're going to take a hard-edged street character and you're going to turn him into a watered-down henpecked father and husband and the mayor. So, I mean, I guess it balances out. I mean, that's a politician who's a criminal or was a criminal. He got pardoned. I don't want to make that. I don't even want to make that comparison to anybody, even a fictional character. You know what I mean? But that's this series right here. Cage issues 1 through 4. And I takes care of my comics. These are the originals that I bought in 2002. So, like I said, I take care of my stuff. What you say, Kamoyo? eBay has the Cage trade paperback. Cool. So you don't have to go out and buy 5 issues, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. And I would like to get it. Might probably get a trade paperback of it just so I don't have to keep opening, closing, pulling my stuff out. Pause. And and doing this. It'd be much easier for me to pull out a trade paperback and, you know what I'm saying, take care of it from there. But yeah, I'm here for the deep dive. I could have dived deeper with some different stuff, but my LCS didn't have the comics they were supposed to get when they were supposed to get them. So I'm in a holding pattern as far as new stuff. You know what I'm saying? I went in there 3 days in a row. I'm not finna go in there on a 4th. I went in there Wednesday. I went in there Thursday. I went in there Friday. I'm not going in there again. Y'all get y'all stuff together. I ain't gonna call out your name. I may have said your name in video before, but I ain't gonna call your name out. I ain't gonna put y'all on blast. I'm gonna let y'all slide. But if I come in there tomorrow, Friday, and y'all still shaking and faking, yeah, I might make a video. So get together, John. Anyways, that has been the deep dive for Wednesday. But there's more. I will be coming at you again tomorrow, Thursday. That is my regular live. Well, they're all regular lives if I do them every week. But that's my main solo live. Let's put it like that. And I'm thinking about doing a live on Tuesday that I am going to call Team Up Tuesday, where I am going to highlight books that have team ups in them, 2 characters teaming up, or maybe 2 or more characters teaming up, and then I might double that up by, because that's also Action Figure Tuesday, I might kind of combine those 2 a little bit and action figures with comics and vice versa. But Thursday, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 topics I want to discuss. I would bring them out, but I'm scared there might be some people listening and they go sneak off and do something. Because a lot of this stuff gonna be a scoop, or a lot of this stuff gonna be a revelation because I edutain. But don't trip. Y'all make sure y'all pull up same real time, same real channel for the Thursday live. I appreciate the folks on Instagram rocking with me. If y'all liked it, leave some comments and I come check them out. I comment on the comments y'all comment on. I know some folks from my class 85, shouts out. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Of course, as always, the Rock With Me Nation. I appreciate you being your namesake. Look here, y'all. That is it for now, y'all. But fret not, I'll be coming at you tomorrow with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good to each other. Your man is sideways.